army of supporters in good voice, and they'll be hoping that their corner routine has recovered from its miserable performance against Australia. No goals from 14 attempts is a record that will haunt the Dutch for a long time. So often corners have handed the big wins to them. Ironic then that on that occasion it should have been their undoing. Korea ran Germany very close in the other semi, and many thought that they should have earned at least a draw and extra time when their fitness and stamina may well have had the final say. They found their touch here and they will retain their place in hockey's elite. The umpires, Murray Grime there from Australia, checking the posts. He's partnered today by the German Richard Volter. A strong pairing of umpires for this one. Korea already assured of their best ever finish in a World Cup, 7th back in '98 when the last World Cup was held in Utrecht. So they're breaking new ground. On those corners, it would be wrong to place all the blame for the Dutch loss at the door of the corner specialists. Too few goals in open play and the unusually shaky performance deep in their defence has made this a very beatable Dutch team. We'll need to revisit their squad selection after this event. Even Teun de Nooijer has looked a mere mortal here, being forced deeper and deeper, whereas effectiveness is marginalised. Korea versus the Netherlands then for the bronze medal. An exciting game in prospect. How will it unfold? There's been a lot of speculation about who are the favourites in this one, and most people's money staying firmly in their pockets. Too close to call. Let's hope it's a game of fast and open hockey and one we can all enjoy. Jeroen Delmay, number 12, wishing Gus Vogels, his goalkeeper, the best of luck. There's Teun de Nooijer, real superstar of Dutch hockey. And on the subject of superstars, Yoan Wook Kang there, the Korean captain, plays up front, hugely experienced player, and that will depend on his shoulders today. Injured earlier in the tournament, Kang now returned, full fitness, and it's Korea in the white shirts who get this World Cup bronze medal game underway. Korea playing in the white shirts, blue shorts, Holland orange shirts as usual, white shorts. A reasonable crowd in for this one. The Malaysians have shown themselves to be great lovers of hockey, but particularly Malaysian hockey, has to be said. They haven't supported all the games in the same numbers. Now de Nooijer. Buma, bad pass, looking for de Nooijer again. Not been a good tournament for Yapdek Buma. Struggled to find his form here. Delmay works so hard for his team. Has a lot of pitch time. Ball down the touchline. Out of play. The Australians put a lot of pressure on Bram Lomans during the course of the game and showed up one or two flaws in his armoury. Will Korea look to do the same today? Lomans playing at the right at the back for the Netherlands. Half trapped there by Delmay, takes the ball out of play down by that Dutch corner flag. There's Kang, wears the number 1 shirt. Right, just wanting it close to the corner flag. Kang looking more of an angle. This is Kim. Ball in, and Vogel's down, and the hit's gone to Holland. But a half chance there for young Choi Kim, who found space. Vogels did well. Real chance there, going begging. So a nervy start for the Dutch. The better ball forward now for Buma. Poor first touch from him. He's in the circle now, looking to pull it back. Play goes on, signalled by Murray Grime. Experienced Delmay, real workhorse for the Dutch. You do marvel at the stamina of these players, particularly those who play in the engine rooms for their team. Being able to keep going in these conditions. Grueling programme. This is the 9th game in 13 days. I can think of one or two highly paid soccer players who would balk at that challenge. Another chance here for Korea. Another mistake by Holland in deep defence. Diedrich van Veil now has made a couple of real howlers, and Korea pouring forward. They smell Dutch blood here, and Holland survive. Song was battling, trying to get... Oh, there's Van Vale. So a worrying start for Joost Bellart, the Dutch coach. Come again. They want to ask as many questions of the Dutch team physically as they possibly can. Probably man for man. Fitter, not the most technically sound team. Chance here, shot comes in. And a 16-yard hit given, wide of target. So certainly advantage Korea so far on territorial play. Holland haven't settled. Yazet, hugely experienced player for Holland at the back. This may well be his last major. It'll be one of many players I think will be looking at their life CV rather than just their hockey CV and wondering whether this is the time to call it a day. Van Veek, resplendent in a white headband. He's another one who has probably come to the end of his career here. They'll want to finish up with a medal to show for their efforts here. Plenty of gold and silver already in the Dutch cabinets. Bronze will not be a disappointment totally here. Kang couldn't pick that one up. A few scores to be settled between these two sides. Holland edging out Korea, denying them Olympic gold medals. On that occasion it was Song, so often their hero, who missed the critical penalty stroke after the teams had played out a draw after extra time in Sydney. How Song would like to rewrite the history books today with a couple of goals and of course a Korean victory. Delmay looks up, scans his options. Martin Eichelboom, good ball forward. Now Piet Hein Harris, first chance for Holland, and wins the first corner. So good play there, good ball transfer by Diederik Van Vale, who must be very happy to get out of his defence. He's had a couple of shaky ones. Fed the ball to Piet Hein Harris, and just coming off the foot there of Shin. Korea's goalkeeper, Lim, Yong-chun Lim. And there's Remco Van Veek. Is going to be Bram Lomas' opportunity. 14 corners against Australia, remember. No goals. Extraordinary, that. Set him again, too quickly off the line. Okay, this time, Lomas closes in. He's off target. No luck there for the big man. Loman's picking his spot. He had time. Oh, just a fraction wide. That was very close. Much closer than some of his efforts against Australia, most of which were high, wide and handsome. Now De Nooijer running forward, skillfully done. De Nooijer trying to play in Buma. Harris. Free hit this time goes to Korea. Run back there for Rob Derricks. Now Song Tae-sung. Ball out to the left, into the circle, shot comes in and across. And that wasn't far away from a sliding Kang. So we're getting the sort of open game we were hoping for. Good effort there. Kang so very close to the opener there for Korea. So both teams will say they've had chances early on. Still we await the first goal. Buma playing the ball up in the air will give Korea a free hit. fast pace. Put their opponents under pressure, wait for them to crack, and most do crack, it has to be said. Their levels of fitness surpass all others in the world. It's a good ball. Along the baseline, but good defending there. Del May digging it out, clearing it, but only half clearing it. Correa again with the ball. Shin. Ball lifted at Song, he'll get a free hit, unable to trap it cleanly. Clever ball there, looking for Kang. Again, it came off a Dutch foot. So just about 4 metres outside that Dutch circle. Plenty of bodies in there. Played in. Shot comes in, goal! Song is claiming it. It was his deflection, I think. It took the ball high into the net, beyond Gus Vogel's. And the Korean flags in the crowd are flying. See it again. So many bodies back there. Song with the final touch just in front of Vogel's. And Korea worthy of that opening goal for the early pressure. Goal simple in its execution at the end. And first blood then to Korea. A little bit of revenge from Song. Holland need to regroup. Klaver to Van Beek. Play goes on. Good advantage. Oh! How did that stay out? Ball lifted out of defence by Korea. Penalty corner given to Holland. And they'll want to strike back here. Lovely ball by Klaver, back for Van Beek. And it almost, well, it did go beyond the goalkeeper. And somehow it was kept out. It was Moon Ki-yu back in deep defence, almost on that goal line for Korea. And a little bit of fortune there, favouring Yong Chun Lim in their goal. Holland slow, oh, and almost tapped in there by Turn de Nooijer. He was just off target. Not the smoothest of executions, and how often Turn de Nooijer would have put that one away. Open opportunity really for him, and that would have been the perfect riposte. But we're coming up to the 11-minute mark. Korea lead by 1-0. Lovely ball for, and Kang again got behind the Dutch defence. They're so quick in attack. Kang and Song together. Goal Song's 6th in the World Cup. Tournament's top scorer so far. Jointly shared by Sohail Abbas and Jorge Lombi. Abbas of Pakistan, Lombi of Argentina. Are both on 10. Some way ahead. Need to be something spectacular in these final 2 games. Gold medal match between Australia and Germany, the climax of this tournament. Now Ekelboom for Holland. Holland desperate to get a goal back now. They're allowed to go on. Ekelboom holds it up again, looks for support. Lohmann's reluctant to make a run for him. Yazet picks out Ekelboom. Lohmann is out on the right flank. No pass there, looking for de Nooijer. And Korea again, who breaks so quickly. And a good interception by Del May. And it was important because Kang again had got behind the Dutch defence. Del May, one of the Dutch players who really has lived up to his reputation here. circle, but no direction this time. Yazet. Derek's the youngest member of the Dutch team, plays it on for Van Vale, and now it's back with Yazet. Back in their own half, apart from Kang, who's patrolling the halfway line. Delmay, Yazet again. Lava plays a good first time ball for Van Vale, who runs straight into his opponent, and I think both players shaken up by that. Bay Kim down for Korea, holding his head. See it again. Maybe not. Whether there's a cut there or whether it's just a nasty collision of heads and perhaps a bump. Can't see any blood at the moment. Van Vale also down, shaken by that. See it again this time. One. Wouldn't be surprised to see both players leaving the pitch for a short while here. With interchange at hockey. In fact, it's Kyung Seok Kim who's down. A swelling underneath that eye, I think. Both players are making their way across the touchline, and very sensible there by the medicos. Diedrich Van Vale. He'll be back soon, I'm sure, as will the Korean. Pretty tough competitors, those two. Straight back into the action. The umpire's waving away. Murray Grime not convinced that the player's fit to come back on after that protracted break in play. And the Koreans, I think, are a little unsure what Grime is saying here. He's going over making the point. Doesn't want to see Kyung Seok Kim, so the substitute Chul Kim comes on instead. So whether the substitution will be instant or not remains to be seen. Murray Grime there insisting that the Koreans do interchange their players. Takemar has come on for Holland, as has Matthijs Brouwer. Takemar wears 24, Matthijs Brouwer 19. Holland making it difficult for Korea to escape from that corner, and a mistake is made. Circle from there, so they go back through Delmay, their central playmaker. Now Takemar, can he whip a pass into that circle? Good disguise on that one. Klaver for De Nooijer, and De Nooijer was winding up there, but Klaver's pass just lifting. That would certainly have led to dangerous play. Umpire getting the whistle in early. About the conditions to the players, we mustn't forget the two umpires down there. They too have had a pretty gruelling old time of things. Now Kang. All picked up this time by Holland. They break. Dutch corner options. Lohman's very much the preferred option. Takema also there. Takema plays with Klein Switzerland over in The Hague, where until recently he's also been joined by Jorge Lombi, who's now returned, well, not to Argentina, but he's gone to join at Campo de Madrid. Up to Campo. Takema and lifted at him, so Holland get the free hit. Gazette clips it forward for Denoy to take the free hit. Finds Takema. Van der Weyde, across now for Del May. Denoy's made a run to the left. Ball doesn't find him. Still far too many mistakes coming from the Dutch team. A couple of anxious looking Dutch supporters there. Teams competing on this last day have come up with good crowd support, it has to be said. Must be a local Korean school, I think, here in Kuala Lumpur, because a lot of school children here, brightly coloured, all with the national flags. Big contingent of Aussies, including a delegation from the organising committee from Perth, who will host the Women's World Cup in that beautiful city in November. To have a look at how World Cup could be staged, taking away a few ideas to add to those of their own. 16-yard hit out given there. Holland moving quickly now down that right hand side, but a poor trap. Lazy stuff there. Picked up as well. Hein quickly back on it. Harris rather, Peter Hein Harris. Very well. Flipped in. Van der Weyde runs the ball out for Holland now with Denoy. Still playing too deep for my money. Does miss the old playing partner. The combination of Denoy and Stefan Vane was often irresistible. Yazit goes forward, finds Buma. Buma can't get past Shin. Song, Buma having to work back to track back on the Koreans. Play allowed to go on. Buma plays it forward for Takema. Fake. Holland making patterns, but they're not going forward too much. Buma. Del May. Korea working very hard off the ball, allowing the Dutch possession, but only on their terms. Dangerous play goes on. Good advantage, in fact, played there. Slip on the turf, but play again going on, and a half chance, and lifted at the end of the day, and the hit goes to Korea. Van der Weyde, who had the final shot. Korea have taken it quickly. They're in front of their team bench. Had 22 minutes. Korea lead by that solitary goal scored by Song. Here he is. Almost a good ball, but as it was, an excellent interception by Ekelboom. Now finds Buma on the left-hand side. Buma turns infield, returns the compliment to Ekelboom. Again, Holland have lost the momentum in this attack. Van der Weyde. Van Beek out on the right. Lomans. Van der Weyde. There he goes on. Ekelboom. Boomer almost finding a way into the circle there, but denied. Boomer again. Forced away from goal. Lomans. All the way back, almost to halfway with Yazet. Takema with an attempted pull back there, but too many Koreans back. They bang the ball downfield, 65, 70 metres, forcing Holland all the way back. Establishing any real rhythm here now. Finding it hard. They must be physically and mentally drained. In a tough tournament, they've emerged from the so-called group of death, which certainly lived up to its reputation. And there were some real cup finals in that group. Grueling encounters. Haven't created much since they went ahead. Shin scoops it over the top. Dalmay's underneath it. Half takes it. Van der Weyde. Nicely done. Van Beek with a chance to move. Plays it forward. It's a good one too. Ronald Brouwer into the circle. Korea back and out of play. That was better from Holland. Half break on there. Brouwer. He might have been impeded there by the Korean, but Murray Grime not impressed with any appeals. To them. Learnt a lot tactically over the years' career. They were fairly late into hockey's party. My goodness, they've announced their arrival on the world scene now. Sydney in 1994 was the first World Cup appearance by a Korean team. On that occasion they finished 8th. They went one better in Utrecht, and obviously a tremendous improvement here. Very good chance of taking some medals home with them. They'll be bronze ones. They'll be very welcome. Playing the ball around the back, rather dangerously so. Lomans launches a huge ball out of defence, looking for Takema, but well over his head. Minor places, Cuba finished in 16th place. pushed out of 15th by Poland, 14 Belgium, 13 South Africa. Disappointing placement for them. Tackled there by Del May, sets them up for Holland. Japan 12, Spain 11, another disappointment for Spain, who contested the last World Cup final. They've certainly fallen from grace. India at 10, which will not be enough to satisfy their followers at home. New Zealand 9, the host nation Malaysia finished in 8th place. England finished 7th, Argentina 6th, and Pakistan, who secured the last available Champions Trophy place, finished in 5th place. That's the rundown for you. The big four still very much in the melting pot. Still full of running. Really is a 100% player tonight. Hugely gifted, but with a good engine as well. Drilled in, deflected out of defence. Van der Weyden tried to play it back in, but only plays it to Song, who breaks now. Kakimar tracking back well. Closing down with Van der Weyden. It goes to Holland. Neuer. Buma. Oh! Almost a good pass there. He was looking for Klaver. Karel Klaver not too far away. There he is, Karel Klaver. That would have been a good goal for Holland. Buma had an idea that Klaver was making that run, played the ball in, and just needed a touch. Early evening here in Kuala Lumpur, with the end of a sticky day, one of the hottest that we've experienced, I think. Not that these two teams will receive much of the daylight conditions. They'll have been holed up in their air-conditioned hotel rooms, putting the final touches to the team's preparations. The majority of the teams, of course, finished yesterday, and they've been taking advantage of a rest day and a little relaxation around the hotel pool and the odd bit of liquid refreshment, no doubt. And few would deny them that. Back to Mr. Shin. Very unhurried, Mr. Shin. Much ruffles him. It's a good ball forward. Kang plays a little under the arm pass there. Looking for Huang, and he wasn't too far away from finding him either. Inkabo plays it forward for Klaver. Klaver's introduction up front seems to herald a little more energy about the Dutch attack. Van Beek, all the way back to Van der Weyden. And final pass again, eluding the Dutch. Playing against a very skillful and highly disciplined opponent here. Neuer, still De Neuer, towards the circle, plays it in, looking for Klaver and Buma. Pass just ahead of both of them. Buma runs back frustrated. De Neuer, see him looking up there. Went behind Klaver and too far ahead of Buma. Now Kang. Still can he pick a pass out? No sign of the injury in this game that dogged Kang earlier on. Chance here! Oh, high into the grandstand behind the goal. And a real chance there for Korea, Yong Ho Seo. Again, it's a mistake by the Dutch. Van der Weyden, that ball narrowly missing our cameraman behind the goal there. minutes remaining in this first period. Still just that single goal scored by Song, separating the two teams. Been a game of cat and mouse since that early goal. Good goal it was too. Real poacher's goal. And you feel as if the Dutch are going to have to work very hard indeed if they're going to get back into this game. We're dictating the pace at the moment. Looks so disciplined in defence. Be a mistake like that which will cost them dear though. The Dutch only need a half chance. There's one here. Free hit just outside the 25, I think. Otherwise that might well have been penalty corner territory. De Nooijer takes it. Del May. Again forced away from goal. Credit to Korea for that. They're getting back in numbers as soon as Holland pick up possession. Van der Vader traps it eventually. Van Beek. Again, a wall of white shirts meets the Dutch pass into the circle. Korea come forward again. De Nooijer. Lovely ball for Van Beek. Can he wind up a shot here? He can! But it's very wild and very wide of target. And, a few more wrinkles appearing on the brow there of Joost Bellart, the Dutch coach. Puff of the cheeks from Van Beek. Went for the spectacular. Just couldn't quite get the ball in the right position. Needed too much time. And a shot. Very wide indeed. And reverse stick panhandle shot has become quite a feature of hockey. Even the top players sometimes struggle to control the trajectory of the ball. Yazet takes it as cool as you like, strides forward again. De Nooijer plays the ball to the right, and the hit I think has gone against the Dutch there, and he's calling the Korean over for something which happened further up the field. Yong-Bae Kim there being carded, and the umpire has given Korea a free hit for a foot. Yong-Bae Kim's tackle and infringement. Not meeting with the umpire's pleasure. Shin there with his hand in there, just helping the umpire make the decision. I'm sure Murray Grime didn't need any help. That's an excellent tournament. Well, it's really top umpires. Very tough on the umpires. So if your country gets into a final, and in Murray Grime's case with Australia, you can't be there yourself. And it's interesting that the two umpires in this bronze medal game are from the country who will contest the gold medals later on. Murray Grime from Australia, Richard Bolton from Germany. First half in this bronze medal game. Holland going forward. I don't think they have energy to create much more before the break. They're going to have to take stock later on. They're deflected there up into the technical box. I hope they're all awake. Down. They'll be very happy to take this lead into the interval. Though Holland have enjoyed perhaps the greater share of possession in the last 20 minutes of this half, they haven't really created very much of their own. And the half-time hooter sounds here in Kuala Lumpur. Confirmation of that scoreline for you. It's at the break. It's Korea 1, the Netherlands 0. Join us in just a few seconds for the second half action.
Tell me a little about what brought you here.
Everyone in Mumford's telling him their secrets.
Complicated for me, but don't let it spoil your good fortune. Yeah. Davenport has asked me to move seal out.
For the second half of the game for bronze medals between the Netherlands and Korea. At half-time, Korea lead by 1-0. All scored by their star forward Song. Little tip in front of Gus Vogels. And since that moment, Korea have sat back and created very little of their own. And they're playing against a very, very tired looking Dutch team. Tired physically and I think tired mentally as well. And Holland are going to have to find something in a reserve tank if they're going to wrest this bronze medal from a very determined looking Korean team. So the Netherlands in the orange shirts from left to right as we look at them get the second half underway. Plenty of possession in the first half, but were unable to crack the Korean defence, who sat back in numbers and were dangerous themselves on the break. Ball coming off Lohmans' foot there. Graham Lohmans, just one corner attempt from him, which went flashing wide of a post. And that's all it's going to take, perhaps, for Holland to find a way back. Lohmans. Holland need to be patient, not try and force a result here. They're going to wait for things to happen. Their semi-final defeat at the hands of the Australians, I think, has hit them hard. De Nooijer plays it forward, looking for Buma. Lohmans comes in to challenge. Enough to put the Korean off his stride, who knocks the ball out of play. Holland taking quickly. Van Veek wins the free hit. Ekelboom alongside him. He ignores that and instead prefers to play the ball straight to a Korean stick. Hwang knocking it back for Kim. Korea working the ball down the left touchline. Finds De Nooijer. De Nooijer still seems to have some energy, but most of his running is done deep in his own half. Now he has a chance to get forward though. Plays the ball into the circle. Errish with a shot. Play allowed to go on. Ball bouncing around in that Korean circle. Shul Kim. Run it out and a little bit of high sticks there. Kim on his haunches. Yapdek Buma, the rugged looking Dutch forward. Nice scoop pass. And too close to the Dutchman. Free hit to Holland. Derricks down the line for Buma. Buma turns in field. Fully committed defence there, knocking the ball out of play. That was cleverly done. Shul Kim. Very knowledgeable crowd in, enjoying this one. Not the most exciting first half one has ever seen. Fascinating encounter. Holland with all their experience against Korea with a discipline. Not a happy bunny. Joost Bellart there, the Dutch coach. Too many unforced errors from his team. Of course, when fatigue creeps in, the skill goes out of the window. And possession against this Korean team is won at such physical cost, cannot be so cheaply given away. Ekelboom, Van Veek we saw with a bit between his teeth. Now De Nooijer, still De Nooijer at arm's reach. Again, too many white shirts back. There, forgetting which sport he was playing. Wanted to be Ruud van Nistelrooy for a moment. Pushed out onto the far side. Very long ball over the top. Del May couldn't handle it. Penalty corner. So that huge aerial pass there found the skipper Kang. And Holland had problems dealing with it at the back. Came up off the Dutch stick onto the knee of Sander van der Weyde, hence the penalty corner. Vogel's watches from behind the mask. Now what will Korea produce here? Shin is up there, number 2. He's often the preferred scooper of the ball. Also up there is Woon Kon Yo, number 7. So the Dutch getting back behind the goal line. Shin with a strike. And it finished in the net, but the umpire signaling that the ball wasn't stopped there. And Shin is denied a corner goal just as he was in the semi-final against Germany. The stop there was not precise. Umpire got his whistle in early, no doubt what his intentions were. Disappointed Shin plays the ball out on the right-hand touchline. Again, Holland scrambling in defence, and this time the free hit goes to them. And Korea beginning to ask some questions of the Dutch defence. Made Holland work very hard indeed for any possession. Yazet. Now Ekelboom. Is fouled, just knocked off the ball there. Woon Kon Yo, number 7. 4 parts. The Dutch have got to improve the quality of their passing. They really are working much harder than they ought. Not helping themselves one bit here. And I think they'll be a very happy Dutch team to get back onto Dutch soil. Not been a happy tournament for them. Chol Kim slips the ball back. Confidence running through the veins of the Koreans. Lava. Back foot Ekelboom. But these are 2 of the Dutch strikers. They're playing deep in the midfield. Piet-Hein Harris, the only Dutch striker up front at the moment, really. He's in the Korean circle. Lomans lets it go for Ekelboom. De Nooijer immediately closed down and through the 2 Koreans. This is better from De Nooijer. A little trip on him will give Holland a free hit. De Nooijer still the real threat to the Koreans. Del May bangs it in, and a super take there by Yong-Bae Kim. Beautiful trap of the ball. Immediately sprints forward. Yo plays it back. Chol Kim on this left-hand side. Korea happy to use the width of the pitch, playing the ball now through Shin. Time on their side. Holland wrest possession away from the Koreans. Can they make something here? Plenty of white shirts funneling back there for Korea. Holland just can't make a fast enough break to deny Korea a full complement of defenders. Nooijer. Straight there onto the stick of Moon Ki-yu. Now Song running the ball away from Takuma. It's not attractive the way Korea are playing at the moment, but it's oh so effective. styles over the year. Interesting combination with Korea. Many of the Asiatic techniques and flair players. They've introduced discipline to their team as well, and they've certainly mastered that. They'll be taking their rightful place in the next major hockey event for men, which will be the Champions Trophy. They'll be held in Cologne in September. Will look to strike this one. Denoya for Takema. Holland trying to reset it. Dalmay. Just Vogels now in the Dutch half. And they need to get back quickly now because Song's on the ball. Jenner's made a forward movement as well. Good ball out on the right hand side to Kim. Back to Shin. The last pass there, just coming off a Dutch stick, and very fortunate indeed. Holland really stretched there. Lomans looks tired. The problem with Lomans is that he's such a lethal corner striker normally that he tends to get more pitch time than perhaps his fitness level thoroughly deserves, and the more pitch time he has, the more likely he is to make a mistake, and teams have certainly started to prioritise putting pressure on Bram Lomans, being an excellent way of breaking down the Dutch efficiency. The more tired he is, the less likely he is to find that special corner of his. Gazette, Delmay. Holland reduced now to a walking pace. Lomans. Holland just unable to find that final pass forward. Akerboom still trying. That'll be a long corner. No, didn't come off the Korean stick. I must say I thought it had. There's one or two Dutchmen around me. Now Kim. Thrown over the top. And again, Lomans coming in quickly on the Korean. Wins the free hit. Yazet. Klaver, part of Holland's future. Holland haven't really given their supporters much to cheer in this game. Denoya. This is better. Good ball across. Keeper's down. And somehow they scramble it away there. Yong Chun Lim, the Korean keeper, did well, diving head first. Again, it's a fast break on. Lovely run into the circle. You can finish it here. And Vogel's just got something on it. Lovely run by Yong Ho Seo. And he just couldn't find the final shot. That could well have been game, set and match. I don't think Holland will come back from 2 goals down. Remco van Beek. Holland living dangerously, right on the edge of defeat there. But they survive, many thanks to the goalkeeper, Push Vogels. Dutch support trying to lift their team. It's a tired old chant though they're putting up as well. Ethan Harris, so often the Dutch have been celebrating a victory. And the ball played out of over the baseline there by Chol Kim has given Holland a very soft corner indeed, and strict interpretation of the rules there by Richard Volter from Germany. judging that Chol Kim had played the ball deliberately over that baseline. So a real chance here for Holland. That was a pretty good call by Volta, wasn't it? Hasn't been strictly interpreted in this this tournament, I have to say that, playing the ball over the baseline. It's in the rule book. Deliberately over the baseline from a defender equals penalty corner. That's what we have here. And we have Takimar and we have Lomans at the top of the circle for Holland, so a double threat. Charging Kim, Kyung Seok Kim. It's Lomans, no. Again the setup not quite right. Shot comes in, but it's a weak one from Turn de Neuer. Little Maestro's had a couple of chances. Should again. Trap not secure at the top of the circle by Derricks. And the shot from de Neuer. It's one you'll want to forget. Back live, Korea's free hit. So 2 corners to Holland. And that was number 3, the first of this half. Still no goals for them. Something wrong with the normally so efficient Dutch corner routine. Twice today they haven't stopped it cleanly. Neuer for Van Wijk. Still Van Wijk. Good defence by Shin. At the expense of a free hit. De Neuer into the circle. Again looking for a short corner, but it's deflected this time for a long corner to Holland. Holland working hard, trying to find a way back into the game. Certainly got Korea penned back now. Peter Harris. Drills it in. Long corner given. Ball lifted. Korean took it well, but the ball was fired high at him. Passive Korean coach there. With 18 minutes left. Holland just starting to push men forward a little more. Trying to just raise one more sortie. If the teams were to remain level at, to get level at full time, we'd be into 2 periods of 7.5 minutes golden goal extra time. Can't imagine the Dutch camp would be too enthralled with that. After that, if it's still level, we have penalty strokes, and these 2 teams certainly know plenty about that. This is a good run. And the free hit goes to Holland. I think there was a little bit of a foot on that. Song still looks very dangerous indeed. Up for his mistake now, Piet-Hein Harris. He was looking there for Ronald Brouwer, but it was a poor pass to Brouwer. Song. Seem affected by the heat and humidity at all. Sliding, diving attempt there, denying Holland possession. Nothing going on up front for Holland. Has to go square. Del May urging his team forward. Throws one over the top looking for Van Wijk. This is Van Wijk. Well done by Remco Van Wijk. They're just playing the ball onto the Korean foot. Beek over the ball. All the Koreans back in their 23-metre zone. Takima in for Buma. Mistake by Buma. A little bit of frustration by Buma as well. Being pulled over by the umpire, and quite rightly so. It's a green card, a green warning card. A yellow card in hockey is a temporary suspension, and a red card is good night and God bless. We've not seen a red card in this entire tournament, and let's hope we're not going to see one either in this game or the final still to come. They're enjoying it. Korean support there. Their team are just about 15 minutes away from winning bronze here in Kuala Lumpur. Never finished above 7th in a World Cup before. In fact, this is only Korea's 3rd ever World Cup appearance. Now Song, knocked away from him, but at the free hit given for the ball lifted there by Diedrich van Vale. Korea trying to win a free hit on the edge of the circle. The umpire from Australia not impressed. Drawn looking features there of Eric Yazet. Real competitor, but even competitors of his stature run out of juice in the end. Struck forward. Takima plays a good ball for Buma. A little bit of space for Buma into the circle here. And knocked out of play by Shin. Enjoyed the moment. Van Beek. Van Beek all the way back for Yazid. Korea proving a very difficult nut to crack for the Dutch. And there's problems here for Holland as Korea break in numbers. Song is going to the right, Yu to the left. Song can finish it here. And what has the umpire given? I think the ball's got trapped underneath Vogel's kit. He's given. What has he given? Murray Grime not enjoying this particular moment. He's calling his colleague Richard Bolger over for a bit of a breather and a little bit of discussion. Dutch trying to eavesdrop the conversation. He's given a bully, not sure. The ball didn't emerge from underneath Vogels. You could argue that the Korean wasn't allowing Vogels to get off the ball. And he's given a bully at the top of the circle. And I think he probably feels he blew his whistle there without any real justification. So, an interesting call by the umpire. First mistake he's made, if indeed it was a mistake. Many players can say that with 56.5 minutes gone. And a good game, Murray Grime. He's a player's umpire, they like him. I can see why. This time it's a free hit to Korea, right on the edge of that Dutch circle, and you can see what it's like in there. Sensible situation here. Look at the orange ball there across. We're certainly going to end in a free hit one way or the other. That's trying to keep the ball away from the dangerous Song, of course, who from the first time deflection is lethal. Murray Grime wants a word. It's the tall figure of Lohmans who he's speaking to, and again it's the green card. Lohman shrugs and doesn't know what's going on. Green card. Puzzled. Holland need to concentrate here. Drilled in! Off the woodwork. Holland survived. Even after all that setup, Korea still found a way through and were almost in for goal number 2 there. Shin's run back very quickly. Let's watch it again. Just coming off the woodwork. Akimar was back there, the Korean was appearing stage left. Buma wins a long corner. Van Beek. Nothing going right for Holland at the moment. The harder they try, the more it goes wrong for them. Just about 12 minutes left for them now. In the last World Cup in Utrecht, it was about this time that Holland trailed Spain by 2-0, and they came back to win 3-2 in golden goal extra time. I don't think this is the same Dutch team. It certainly isn't the same atmosphere in the stadium as they enjoyed in Utrecht, with the Orange Army there in great numbers. The spectators evenly split between these two sides. At the moment it looks very much as if Korea's World Cup is going to end with a bronze medal. Still like to promote De Nooijer to a central striking role, just see what he can do. He's such a good player. His first touch in the Korean circle could be the undoing. He only needs half a yard. Typically, as he tends to spend much longer on the pitch than most of the Dutch players, so he's probably got even less in the tank than they have. Shin dwelling on the ball, then finding a pass. This is Harris. Ekelboom just made a run. Here he is, Martin Ekelboom. Stage where Holland are going to have to commit more players further up, and it's a risk-all strategy, and the chances of being caught by the fast-running Koreans up front are very strong ones indeed. Now room here, a little mistake from Korea. Is this the chink in their armour? Van Beek, too slow, drilled in, Ekelboom, chance here for Buma, and Buma smashes it wide of target. He really should have done better. Buma still looking for his first World Cup goal, and the goal was staring at him there. It was Van Beek who drilled the ball in. Ekelboom had a half chance, keeper kicked it, and Buma, coming in from the right wing situation, needed to find the target and didn't. Story of his World Cup, story of Holland's World Cup indeed. How many chances will come the Dutch way now? We're into the last 10 minutes. Takimar throws it over the top. It's a good one. Looking for Lomans, made a forward run. Song. Well played there by Del May. Inspirational Dutch captain. Ekelboom. De Nooijer. Ekelboom again. If he looks up, you'll see 11 Koreans back in their 23-metre zone again. They have worked very hard at this win, if indeed a win it's to be. Takimar wins it back for Holland, plays the ball in. Van Veek just couldn't reach it. And Korea break with Song. Leaves it now for Kim. Down the touchline, Song runs ahead. Kim takes the pace out. Plays it back for Yo. A bit of obstruction there given against the Korean. Woon Kon Yo carrying the ball behind him, allowing Holland's free hit. Denoyer. Still Denoyer. Tipped over. No card. Denoyer looks askance at that. Thought he might have seen an opponent walking to the touchline there. It would have been Kim, Chol Kim. Just tripping the Dutch maestro there. All credit to Korea. Their resources, player-wise, in no way comparable to the Dutch. They've matched them and exceeded the Dutch in every compartment today. Their teamwork has been phenomenal, their discipline has been phenomenal. Van Veek. Yazet. Van Veek. No way through there. Long corner to Holland though. Lomans. Back for Yazet. This is Lomans. Don't normally see Lomans as far up the field. Indicative of the way Holland are now approaching the game. If Korea can break, they'll find a very stretched Dutch defence indeed. And here they go. This is Yo. Down on the Dutch team bench. See Jeroen Delmay receiving physiotherapy to get the Dutch captain back on the field. Seconds ticking away, we're into the last 5 minutes. Van Veek. Another mistake by Van Veek, he's trying too hard almost. This could well be the end of Van Veek's long international career in Dutch colours. It could end in disappointment for him here. Now Ronald Brouwer holding the ball up. Derricks plays it for Takimar. Is there to be a sting in the tail of this match? We're into the last 4 minutes. Now Klaver. Still Klaver. Klaver looks for the Korean foot, but again their discipline's good. Shin's had a good game. Right at the back for Korea. Now Kang. Kang with pace. Song to his right. And Holland just doing enough to hold him up there, forcing him away from goal. Holland trying to pump those tired legs forward. There won't be many more chances for them. Shin knows it. Kills a few more seconds. Holland have to come and get the ball now. They can't wait for Korea. Shin thrashes the ball out, looking for Song, and Song got a stick on it, couldn't control it. The ball doesn't have enough pace on to go the baseline. Bellart trying everything he knows, and that's plenty. Will it be enough? Buma certainly hopes so. Ball played in the air by Buma. They thought the ball had come off a Korean stick, but not according to umpire Richard Volter, it hadn't. 2.5 minutes for Holland to get a goal back. 2.5 minutes between Korea and the bronze medals in this World Cup. Del May now back on the park for one last effort, one last big drive. He must be absolutely exhausted, Jeroen Del May. The quality of his work hasn't been mirrored by that of his teammates. Now De Nooijer! It's gone in! It's an equaliser! Holland are all square. Sander van der Weide will claim the goal. The Koreans are down on the turf. They cannot believe it. They were so close. One for the album there. Sander van der Weide has put Holland level. De Nooijer's magic it was. It came in. It was a good save initially. Klaver almost got a touch. Van der Weide did more than that. He forced the ball in past the keeper, Yong Chun Lim. And it's all square. Well, would you believe it? Holland looked as if they were down and out, and to all intents and purposes they were. But hope springs eternal. Now we've got about a minute left on the clock, and that's all. The spectre of extra time will not be welcome to either camp, particularly the Dutch. Sander van der Weide, his first goal in the World Cup, and what a time to score it. His team were just over a minute away from exiting here without a medal, and now it's all square, and it's anyone's guess. Korea's best chance perhaps is extra time. How ironic it will be if this one goes to penalty strokes again. Echoes of Sydney. Song, disappointment etched across his features there. Played in, still time for one side or the other. Here's De Nooijer. De Nooijer streaming forward. He's got Harris to his left, and I think that De Nooijer is absolutely out on his feet here. He looks down at his boots. He's a tired man, but he's been instrumental in bringing his team right back into it. The full-time hooter sounds. It'll be golden goal extra time coming up in just a few minutes.
Oh, yes. Done it.
Now, what will the Dutch tactic be? They know they're tired. Will they go for that golden goal? Or will they sit back, absorb Korean pressure, and try and take the tie into penalty strokes? They certainly have a psychological advantage. Well, we'll soon find out. Buma trying to play a dogleg pass there for the goal-scoring Van der Weide, whose heart must be pumping. Virtually the only chance that Holland created in the half fell in that last minute there. Koreans at the interval, they too look tired. They worked very hard, and their resolve had held good until a little flash of genius from De Nooijer broke down their defence, and although his shot was parried, it fell kindly for Van der Weide, who made no mistake. So Korea must put that behind them. It clears it. Kang trying to wave his forces forward, trying to pin Holland back here. Del May hammers it forward. Ekelboom picks it up. Buma makes a run to his left. This is Buma. Good ball for De Nooijer. Better one out on that right hand side across the circle. Oh, it's gone in! And Holland again. Yapdek Buma, who hasn't scored a goal in the entire World Cup, has got the final touch, and Holland, against all the odds, have got the bronze medals. And Korean hearts must be broken with that. Yap deck, Buma there, punches the air, and even his most ardent supporters couldn't have written that scenario. Holland have won.